We've shown how to pattern bend. This is another way of bending if you have a vehicle that comes in that absolutely has nothing on it. Let's say they put an engine in a Classic. Let's say they stripped the system off, hit something, tore it off, whatever. You do not have a pattern. You don't have a card for it. You need to make a pipe for it. One simple way to do that is to actually take an 1/8 inch piece of wire, the welding wire, copper tubing, whatever you have in stock. I like to use that wire welding rod because it holds its shape very well. So what I'll do is to make a pattern, let's say we'll make that pattern, realizing, of course, that that's only 1/8 inch. You want to realize it in the size of tubing that you're using, let's say 2 inch. Just make sure it misses everything on the vehicle that needs to miss, giving yourself plenty of distance between things so that you can actually get that pipe into place after you've made it. Now basically I've just bent a piece of wire that's going to fit this particular application. Show you how now to make a pattern in pipe off of this. Go ahead and start our bender up here. Get started up. We'll take our first bend. We'll center that bend in the center of the dies, and we'll make our pipe come through to match that length. Okay? We'll go ahead and start bending process. Make sure use a couple different ways. You can do it on the back side of these dies if you prefer. On the back gates, that moves the same as what the front dies do. Or if you better like it, you can put it over the top of the pipe and watch. Now we'll set this over the top with the center lined up with the center, and we'll go ahead and we'll mark our next bend. We'll want to roll that out, mark that center. Now we have our next bend marked. Go ahead and run our dies back in. We want to center line that mark with the center of the dies here. Okay? We want to then lay this piece of wire on, and we'll lay that so that that fits flat on top of the dies. Flat, and being as we're using this bend, we want to run it parallel to the tubing. Then we'll rotate our pipe around so that we can get that angle. We'll tighten that bender up just a little bit. We'll look through here and make sure that this is the same angle here. This is running parallel. Same angle here. We can go ahead and make our bend. Again, up over the top, across the back, whatever you're accustomed to. I like the back. I have more vision. Okay, we got that. We'll set that wire back down, making the center of this bend, the center on here. We'll go ahead and look out here and get the center here. We'll go ahead and mark the pipe. Run that back in. Want to center line that mark in the center of the dies again, like we've talked about before. We'll lay this flat on top. This is our bend. We want to make sure that runs parallel. Snug the machine up a little. We'll run that pipe up there so that the angles are proper. Again, parallel with the pipe after this bend. Go ahead and lay this flat on top. Hold your fingers on it so it's flat. Make sure that your bend's proper. Make your bend. Again, behind, center, doesn't matter. Make a cutoff point if you prefer, or leave it. And fit it per the application. We'll set this pipe down on the floor. We'll show you how it matches the wire. Now you've made a pattern off a piece of welding wire on a vehicle that didn't have anything on it when it come in. You're able to make a pattern when you don't have a card or something to copy. You've now made a pipe.